This one's called Nina. You broke another mirror after serving 7 years for bad luck. Reflection of self like no one else, the truth and sooth for better things to find. The best times ever are falling far behind. Life itself could be a lie to your mind's eye. Illusion of perception, interpretation, reflection, cognition, emotion, that relationship set sail and sank in a squall beyond all comparison. Tall waves crash upon the shore at the core of my soul. Beyond learning, discerning stars are moving or not. I am left with the hole in my soul that's distraught, drawing in all the sins reflecting from within. My heart's mind, my soul's heart, all my being and living is breathing and being art. Where did I turn off the path to the light? Was I blinding your sight throughout flight, night after night? Did our hearts not ignite? Did we survive the flight? Are you lonely tonight? Is it wrong? Is it right? Will you still will yourself flower to be in my life? Why did we suffer so much pain and strife? Is it worth it? At what cost? How much value to bail out on our life? Together as one beneath moon, stars, and sun. What we could not overcome, though at times we're still young, like two kids having fun. To songs we heard sung, to the music in silence, the light in the darkness. I've learned more from you, more than I could possibly show. But to put on a show is much more than I know. Literally, miserably, we're confiding in nothing, missing something through willed actions. Floundering, confronting, and faltering. Always lost so far at sea when one believes it to truly be. Death beyond thought resides beyond moon-twisted tides, and eyes visage in lies. Though seas fall and seas rise, beyond all will eyes seek to compromise. For the love in those eyes, I would die 1,000,000 times. Beyond hurt, love can thrive, be it in death or alive. Seems to me we should strive to be mostly alive, seeing, breathing, feeling, being. Not this thought, not worth being, not sightless, but sightless seeing. Not just seeing, but believing, comprehending and perceiving. In these lives itself, it's one and no one else. Perception of self is reflection of self, dependent upon how far one travels into themselves. Now we're getting into a new paradigm of stuff, which ironically started with that. I have another one for that, which is better. Sorry, I need to click that back. But anyway, this was from before my ex-girlfriend got out of being incarcerated. So a lot of these are for her. I don't feel the same about that anymore either. This is how I felt then. A poem by Gustav Holm. I have found and been found. I have traveled this world with you, inside and about you, in all my mind's eyes. The heart ignites a conflagration, great aflame, the brightest flash. The fire consumes my nervous system, glowing quickly, spreading fast. Till the heat it hits my mind, my soul flows out from me like light, illuminated, radiating, and the flame becomes my sight. Never here is it ever clear where my mind will find its sacrament, where my soul should be released. When the shadows will stretch away back into the dark. Why did, and what for, to what end? It seems so pointless. And even more so now, until the bullshit is melted by the fire of the sun from the warmth of our hearts and from the bright center of our souls. For the winter wanders warmer now to see us soon so near, and the water will all melt away to thus dissolve our fear. For this pain is an illusion, merely are we the mirrors, who choose what we reflect, and cower before the unknown. Whatever happened to us? We used to be so wild, we'll say. Now so old and gray are we, together we shall stay. For in our night there is a darkness waiting for the coming day. So hold me close and hold me near, I'll hold you too and know your fear. Our dreamers' minds are not so closed as to leave unopened doors alone. So take my hand and let's paint the sky. We've nothing but to do or die. The world belongs to you and I, and the jokes we will laugh for the tears we've cried. 362 days, that's the extent of time that she was incarcerated, and the name of this poem. 362 days it has been, days spent in a cave, nights high on the rooftops, eye level with God's ocean clock, weeks riding treetops as the wind gently rocks, months full of fire and darkness, wind and rain, the music of joy punctuating a turbulent sea of pain, the echo of my laughter whispered softly through soul's strain. This year so full of fears and terror, of trials, tears, and errors, silently crying I recede into my soulful self at night, praying upon waking I could rise to find my light, the need to strive to weave a life from all these rags and tatters, the drive to know what to do better, to find my own self to the letter, from the songs still unsung to the work left undone, from the sea still unmet for promises not yet kept, for the sake of hope alone and with the knowledge of our souls we can chart a course defying gravity, inverting this black hole. Success punctuating failures, failures punctuating life. Life is left wondering an infinite why. Fate is waiting for our next move to try. Soul sick and homesick and work sick and tired, tired always, never ending, never folding, never bending, never falling, fast ascending. Soul is waning, training out of tune. The strings are worn from thoughts of you. I know in my soul you are so tired too. Until 362 days are blown through, my life is left waiting and wanting for you. I love you, Nina, my flower, more than words could ever truly and justly express. And then I signed it. The next one's Merry fucking Christmas. 12/25/13. Surrounded by love, kept afloat from utter desolation, community is the spirit of the world. No wonder half the world is dying. The stars reel across the sky, visibly moving against the horizon. Days melt into nights, nights sow days into weeks, weeks are interwoven into months, months months accumulate in a heap, just 3 days short of a year. Where did all the time go? What do we have to show? Are we worse off than before, or are we more prepared to fight our war? The oppression, the depression, the guilt, the torment, the anxiety, the suspension, the solution, collection of our souls. Could this tincture and concoction be the key to opening our doors? We stand before a precipice beside the grandest edifice, a palace born of mountain rock, a womb of earth within granite stone. The door of the palace, a portal to the unknown. With our hands together, and all the force we can muster, under the whirling stars of our local cluster, I can feel it move, even under the pressure of just thought and feeling. Let's blow the doors open and paint on the ceiling. A heartfelt thought could move rock by sheer will. We shall summit the mountain, we shall climb the highest trees, we shall bathe beneath the waterfall and fly with birds and bees. We shall explore this palace of solace, solitude, and fortune, and from here we can see the entirety of the world bustling below, like ants, automatons, destined for cyclical dissonance, redundant repetition of the worst this world can offer. Our palace is our souls, the mountain is our mind, the glacier feeds the river, but wisdom must be mined. The long cold wait is over now, and the past is left behind. Hold my hand as we transcend the unknown. Through darkness seems foreboding, it hides the sacred tomes. The notes will ring from mountains through valleys, through bridges, buildings, and alleys, past the buzzing little ants, oblivious to us as we dance, to kiss the stars and drink the clouds, to float in the air and swim in the vastness of space. This is our chance for us to make our place in this world, in this race, for ourselves and in good taste. Let us rise above the waste accruing and do what fate would have us doing. You or I and us as one. You or I and us as one, from earth to Mars, the sun and stars, beyond infinity, beyond divinity, above reality, as it's perceived by class caste bees, able to see how to set slaves free, just a freedom-fighting nurse and clown, bound to bring the pharaoh down, to share his gold and smash the crown, to pass this tyrant's wealth around. How dare he turn away while his people are drowned? We will not kill, we will not steal, we are sworn to be just, it's all we can feel. To the bees in denial that such freedom is real, I say try, 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 day by day, meal by meal. Though you cry, cry, and cry out for the safely redundant. Who wants to reflect on a life of such repugnance? Did the unknown ever tempt you to grow, to uncover, discover the wisdom of old? Did curiosity never find its way inside your head? Or was it bruised and beaten down by those oppressed instead? Where's the joy in joyless life? Where's the joy in pain and strife? Where's the love in war and work? Where's the wisdom in a clerk? Do you work to live or live to work? I live to love, I sleep to dream, I explore the unknown to discover the unseen. I have taken the path of great danger and hurt, but have risen above now to shake off the dirt. I have died to know death, pieced together what was left. With these souls we shall seek the unreachable, for just because another says it is so, doesn't mean they truly know. Most who tell you what is real can hardly know how freedom feels. Think about that one, Nina. Anyway, I didn't mean it like that, but it kind of. Anyway, flowers and trees. This flowery language, most becoming of my thoughts of you, then, begets a warmth like summer sun in all that I ever do. These feelings for you are far from simple, the path we traverse will follow the same. Our minds are the mason's cornerstones, for our bodies the temples, to worship sheer joy, to weave a strong bond to this place we're a part of, this rock we are on. A mere 1,600,000,000 years old, born from a torrent of fire and cold, turbulent forces at contention with each other for eons. During this brief 10,000 years, mankind was born and formed, basking in humankind atmosphere, inviting, warm, and protected here. So comfortable were these humans that we fabricated seeds, synthetic seeds sown by human hands, diverted off of nature's path. These seeds grew minds of synthetic mirth, condemned to plastic e'er since birth. Thank Buddha, Shiva, God, Allah, that nature to us is of much greater worth. To find a way to the path of light, to make the life for ourselves that is right, we need to be here sound and solid as stone, never again have to travel alone. The world is our wonderland, fervent love burning as we wander the land hand in hand. Hmm. Tormented animator. Okay, I'm done with the stuff about naming. There's one more. This is called Scientific Proof that I had found the one. I went back through in spite and changed a bunch of it to past tense and then added some shit again. So, yeah, it's not as funny and lighthearted anymore. She soothed my soul in trepidation. She was constantly my inspiration. She reconnected me to my family. She seemed the smartest, strongest woman I knew. She picked me up with a look when I felt so blue. Her touch ignited my soul with a warmth unyielding. She seemed to feel for the living and seemed to see what they were feeling. Her love was and is most precious. Her heart still could be so pure. Where I was so confounded, she stands to seem so sure. She sought truth where I cannot find answers. With a shitload of coaxing, she is a wonderful dancer. She is so much that I have never been. She is my anchor to reality when my mind reels in space. She is the only way I could ever find peace in the midst of such a turbulent place. She loves me for what only she seems to see in me. She is the wisdom to my knowledge that can often mislead me. She is worth all the trouble we have incurred and trudged through. She is a strong, kind soul who'd do anything to help you. She was my rock, my peaceful center in this squall. She was the light that shines down our path to our dreams. Her whisper could cut through the loudest of screams. She is a flower. She is empowered. She was my mystic. I am her head trip. She was my soul food. I was her lover. I could have never then sought another, even though she did. What a bitch. She defeats me. She completes me. She competes both with and for me. She's the sunlight in the day, and she's the moon lighting my nights. She's the star stuck high above. She's my solace when she seemed right. She seemed righteous. She seemed pure. When I wondered, she seemed sure. Selling she sells by the seashore. She was mine, and for a time I thought it was I who was hers only. My heart beat for her solely. She's the echo to my laughter. She's the joy in all its fun. She was a genius with my penis. It's no wonder I thought she was the one. Until I discovered she was not nearly at all. How could she be the one for me if I was not the only one to her? I feel like that was kind of self-serving, and still maintain my honesty that she never seemed to understand, even in spite.